the person that was seen doing it, and they're going to kill him. And that's a good thing. The problem is that government is always so much more evil than just the individual criminal. And we know more than a third of people on death row are innocent from DNA. And we know the government does frame people. And we know they now torture people for confessions and are saying that's admissible in court now as they set the precedents with the trials coming up in New York. And so the government can't be trusted to carry out the death penalty because it is the evil. And so that's my problem. But then at an instinctive level, when I see them catch some person that, kidnapped 10 or 15 women and tortured them to death and they admit to it, I say kill them. I mean, but at the same time, that means they're also going to kill a bunch of innocent people. And it's better that 100 guilty men go free than one innocent man be killed. So, do you see the point I'm making?
Well, absolutely, but wouldn't it even be more gratifying and constructive to offer amnesty to encourage them to sing like a bird? I mean, that would be a lot more constructive than putting them to death. And these puppets like Obama are ill in that they do embrace the concept that their masters consider them expendable. The last thing I want for a cynical, despotic dictator is to see him or her, in my own belief, to see them reincarnate. And I care for Reverend Manning's soul in that respect as well, but there are so many more constructive things that could be done with such dictators. I also wanted to bring up what was brought up at the end of the show yesterday by Angel about GMO produce, and you said that if you just wash off the produce when it comes to the pesticides, you want to get organic, of course, and even when I wash off my organic produce, I'm finding with water from my... I
hear you, but I got to jump. Call me back again. We got a guest coming in.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Hounded by debt collectors with phone calls and letters? Thinking of calling a debt relief company? Don't. Greedy lawyers and debt companies charge thousands. Why pay when you can get their solution absolutely free with New York Times best-selling author Herb Kay's #1 debt secret, the how-to on stopping the calls without paying the debt companies. Yes, free for a very limited time. Here's Herb Kay.
Don't get ripped off by credit repair companies when I can give you the information you need to do it yourself for free. Herb K. was right. His free information helped me stop the calls and settle my debt.
What have you got to lose? Stop the calls now, get out of debt, and have more money. Get Herb K's #1 debt secret absolutely free now. Call 888-352-7726. That's 888-352-7726. 888-352-7726.
I'm not going to belabor this. We've got Richard Reeves in studio. I'm about to go to him in here in just a moment. But people are ready to learn the truth. When you purchase the videos, you don't just get a weapon to wake somebody up in the info war. You also support our operation. We're expanding, building the TV studio. Finally got the permits, and that's ongoing now. You may even hear a lot of banging and stuff. I know what we're going to do because we're going to be working 12 hours a day, even though it's about 30 yards away where they're building it, or more. It's about 40 yards. But we need your support now more than ever. Our audience doubled on radio, internet, more than doubled last year. Last 3 months on the Alexa ratings, we're up almost 50%. So we're exponentially growing, but I can tell you the economy's falling apart. Over the years, we could pretty much gauge as listenership and numbers went up, the profit coming in, the revenue to fund our operation would go up right on line with it until about 2007. And thank God, from media operation and the info war, we have just expanded and expanded and expanded and expanded and kind of like escaped the black hole that's sucking all the other media in, going bankrupt. And we're almost like in the new episode of Star Trek where they're getting out of the black hole and they're barely making it. I mean, we're just, we're pulling away, but that black hole's growing even faster. And so, again, we're trying to expand in the face of the New World Order. We're trying to expand in the face of all of this corruption. And so we're trying to take it up a notch here. We're trying to intensify. And you do that by supporting us, buying the books, DVDs, the Patriot T-shirts and material. And I want to thank everybody who has been supporting us. That rally last night, I'd say over 80% of the people there were wearing Infowars.com shirts, Joker shirts. It was my listeners that came out. You'd think the other gun community in Austin, we would muster more than the 300 I got out there. And our listeners got out there. But I'm just glad a caller called me, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, I guess like 9 days ago, to even let me know that happened at the gun show. And we found out it was true. So we're now aware of that. It's now a national issue. But again, Infowars.com, the online video bookstore, or prisonplanet.tv, $5.95 a month. Watch the show live. All the films are there in high quality. Richard Reeve, I want to get into Deborah Medina, but I want to just go back. I got an email Saturday morning saying Rick Perry is going to be at Red's Indoor Range. And it wasn't official, so that was my one day. That one day I tried to spend the whole day with my children playing football and watching them on the scooters and walking in the woods and all that and painting with them and stuff, so I just ignored it. But I should have gone down there and talked to him, but I'm glad you did. And Richard, you just always do great work. You did great work with us on the Obama deception and on Fall of the Republic with the great camera work you did. And just a side issue, the New York Times and others said that there wasn't even a Bilderberg Group meeting. We were imagining cars following us and imagining Secret Service. You were there briefly. What happened?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I was at the Chantilly, Virginia event with you guys. We all did the work together, and I was there shooting video. And there was definitely a Bilderberg event going on there. And as many people know, Obama and Hillary were potentially there inside the Bilderberg event. I'm sure they were.
It's been later confirmed.
That's right. They were missing at the time. So there was definitely a Bilderberg event there in Chantilly, Virginia, and I was there to witness and document that with you. That was a great honor to do that.
But that's another 2 + 2 = 5, where the media just says we just imagined it all.
Oh, well.
We were all having a mass hallucination.
I'm here to tell you it was not an imagined event, just like that fire alarm that happened around midnight, when you're going on coast to coast there at the hotel. I mean, that wasn't imagined. So
and remember, I came back to the hotel room, and me and Rob said, they just told us about don't pull fire alarms.
That's right. That's right.
And then I told, and those guys, even though I just told them that, the camera crew, still couldn't believe it.
Right, right. So, I mean, we could really go back and cover a lot of history that we've done together. We went to Dallas and did some JFK shooting up there to document that, and then Chantilly, Virginia Bilderberg event, and then you were in Canada. I wasn't on that trip with you guys up in Canada when y'all got held at the border and everything like that. So it's just been quite a saga that we've all kind of lived together here. And as a listener, I've gotten to have a front row seat to most of it with you going on, and I look forward to a lot more. I think the mainstream media is sabotaging themselves, though, by engaging in hoaxes with the flu and the North American Union and the SPP and the Copenhagen, denying it while it's all being set up, and saying there's no mercury in the shots. It's really discrediting them. Well, absolutely, and that's one thing I do constantly on some of the programs that I do is I say, look, mainstream media, just keep it up. Keep up your lies. Keep up your omissions. Keep up your prevarications, and we're going to just obsolete you. It's going to be shows like yours on